Welcome to Rock Solid Productions, where in this episode it's once again time to switch it up and check out the newest releases for the Nintendo Switch eShop from August the 6th, 2018 to August the 12th, 2018. Hey everyone, Gary here, your host with Rock Solid Productions. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. I greatly appreciate you stopping by. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. That way each and every time we do come out with new video content, you are kept up in the know. And then also go ahead, hit that little bell notification. That way you do get an alert on your phone, via email, whatever device you're using, to let you know when we do have new content up. We just got back from the Missouri Game Con 2018, like 20 minutes ago. I still haven't unpacked. I've got a bunch of stuff here to go through to show you guys in a future unboxing video. Make sure that you stay subscribed. But my dedication to you, I want to make sure that we have all the latest releases for the Switch coming out this week covered. And we are going to start this week on the 6th. This is Loot Monkey Bling Palace. And this game is $7, comes out on the 6th. Loot Monkey Bling Palace is a 2D flip screen platformer that tests your wits and your patience, not your ability to mash buttons. Inspired by Jet Set Willy and Mini Miner, Loot Monkey Bling Palace is more of a thinking person's platformer where you'll need to consider your route through the many stage rooms of the loot-littered Bling Palace. Easy for me to say. You'll play as Doogie, the loot monkey who has been instructed to collect his master's loot at the Bling Palace following a party. Featuring vibrant graphics, Doogie must explore every room in the palace collecting all the twinkling loot just lying around. This is a one-player action platformer. Looks like a lot of silly fun, and for $7 on the 6th, it might be worth checking out. On the 7th, this is Dead Cells, and it is 20% off when it first comes into the eShop. It is normally $24.99. You can get it for $19.99, and it does include 100 Nintendo eShop coins. Dead Cells puts you in control of a failed alchemic experiment, trying to figure out what's happening on a sprawling, ever-changing, and seemingly cursed island. Tough but fair combat, responsive controls, challenging foes, permadeath, and of course, the emergency panic roll get you out of trouble. Make for a demanding, visceral, and cathartic action game. Experience a Roguevania, mixing an interconnected world, branching paths, and unlockable skills with the constant adrenaline-pumping threat of permadeath. No checkpoints. You either vanquish the final boss on one go, or you get to try again. However, you keep some of your progress for successive runs, new paths you've unlocked, access new levels, mutations, abilities, and weapons. And this is a one-player game, and I will say quite honestly, looking at the preview here, I don't say this lightly, reminds me a little bit of Earthworm Jim, the way you have the cell that takes over the body and everything. Might be having to check this one out. $19.99 for Dead Cells. Overcooked II comes out on the 7th. And this is a sequel to Overcooked. This is from the same development team that is behind Team 17. Yooka-Laylee is one of their games, for example. Love Yooka-Laylee. This is available for $24.99 and has 125 Nintendo eShop coins available when you purchase. Overcooked returns in a brand new helping of chaotic cooking action. Journey back to the Onion Kingdom and assemble your team of chefs in classic couch co-op or online play for up to 4 players. Hold on to your aprons, it's time to save the world yet again, as you come out of the frying pan and into the fire. You've saved the world from the ever peckish. Now a new threat has arisen, and it's time to get back into the kitchen to starve off the hunger of the unbred. You get online and local multiplayer madness in this game, and you'll need to work together or against each other to get the highest score in chaotic local and online multiplayer. You can team up with up to 3 other chefs, taking a Joy-Con controller each, or use wireless play across 4 Nintendo Switch consoles. And when you pre-purchase Overcooked 2, you'll receive 6 extra chefs to help you cook up a storm with. This is a 1 to 4 player local game or 2 to 6 player online. Overcooked 2, $24.99. There is a physical release coming as well. For $6.39 with 20% off on your initial purchase here up until the initial release. Normally $7.99. This is Super Blackjack Battle 2 Turbo, the Card Warriors. In this game, you get to play basically Blackjack. It tributes a well-known arcade fighting game from the 90s with a roster of 12 characters from all around the world, such as Mark, an undercover FBI agent, Kamiko from Japan, seeking revenge for her uncle's death, or Gregor, a South African warlord. There are 10 different storylines with individual endings and dialogues in an epic single-player campaign, although you can also play with up to 4 players. I always thought it was weird how you can play card games locally with multiple players. You see each other's hand. Anyways, this is Super Blackjack Battle 2 Turbo Edition for $6.39, normally $7.99. Toby, The Secret Mine. This is also 20% off, normally $11.99, $9.59 at initial release, and you do get 48 Nintendo eShop coins. A peaceful way of life in a small village in the mountains was thrown into disorder. Someone has kidnapped most of its residents. A couple of brave hearts tried to rescue their friends, but none of them have returned. Little Toby didn't want to just sit and wait, so he decided to find them by himself. You will play as Toby as you go to the near deep forest, but soon you'll realize this is really just a beginning. You'll get to travel with Toby on an eerie adventure in a dark and creepy world full of dangerous situations, enemies, and challenging puzzles. This is a one-player game, and this almost, animation-wise, kind of almost reminds me of World of Goo, and that's a good thing. I always liked that game. It was a lot of fun. Toby, The Secret Mine is available on the 7th. In Between comes out on the 7th too, another one that's 20% off. I love this. It gives everyone an incentive to pre-order. Normally $11.99, it's $9.59. You get 48 Nintendo eShop coins when you do pick this one up. In Between is set inside the mind of a man hit by a cruel twist of fate. Together, you are on a journey through the protagonist's head, a world that doesn't obey the laws of physics. Free your mind and defy gravity in more than 600 compelling and unique puzzles requiring all of your wits and agility. You are invited to learn all about the protagonist's life and his struggle for a happy ending. In Between features interactive story sequences and a profound narrator immersing you in a life of downfalls and moments of happiness. $9.59. This comes out on the 7th. Flipping Death also comes out on the 7th. This is $19.99. No Nintendo eShop coins on this one here. When Penny dies under mysterious circumstances, she wakes up and finds herself filling in for Death himself. This temp job comes with a new power, the ability to flip between the worlds of the living and the dead. In this puzzling platformer, you'll need that and your wits if you ever hope to unravel the mystery of your demise. You'll leap between platforms, solve puzzles, and help the dead rest in peace by possessing the living and making them dance around at your merest whim in this comedy adventure game by Zoink Games, with writing by Eisner Award-winning Ryan North. You'll get to possess the living, aid the dead, and flip between the worlds of Flipping Death, a puzzling adventure platformer where you'll find yourself filling in for death. Maybe your new powers will help you solve the mystery of your own demise. Maybe a little bit of Beetlejuice too. You know, I had said Tim Burton, and he was crucial in Beetlejuice as well. Now I've said his name twice. I'm not going to say it a third time. Slam Land is $7.99, comes out on the 7th. Slam Land is very much in the vein of, I would say, a Smash Brothers. You'll select your fighter and punch, grab, and duke your way through 5 different modes, 10 levels, and a surreal world overseen by the, well, perhaps benevolent giant whose only amusement in life is to witness sporting and majestic slams. You'll need to win his favor or get stuffed trying in this fighting game that supports 1 to 4 players. You know, kind of that fun couch co-op or co-battle sort of game that you have here. Very much, again, in the vein of a Smash Brothers. There is an open beta available starting on the 9th for Dragon Ball Fighter Z. It'll be a free download, playable as of the 9th, and if you are a Dragon Ball fan, I'm sure many of you have been waiting for this. Between August 9th and August 11th, the servers will be open where you can go head-to-head in versus online mode with no less than 23 different characters and 13 stages. Don't forget to also stop by the battle tutorial to sharpen your skills and master all kinds of devastating techniques. On top of this, you get a taste of some additional features like lobby avatar customization, stamps, and a replay channel. This is 2 to 6 players online, and again, this is a free open beta available as of the 9th. Okami HD, this is a remastering of Okami, and it is $19.99, and it does include 100 Nintendo eShop coins. Not only can you play in both widescreen and the original 4:3 aspect ratio, but now you can even use either the Joy-Cons in TV mode or tabletop mode, or the touchscreen for a more intuitive brush control as you are playing Okami HD from Capcom, $19.99. I know a lot of people were excited when this re-release and HD remaster was announced. Coming on the 9th now, actually the last two, again, Dragon Ball and Okami, were on the 9th. Also is the Unexplored Unlocked Edition. This one is $13.50, 10% off, normally $15. You do get 68 Nintendo eShop coins. The sale does end on the 19th of August, so make sure that if you're thinking about picking it up, you do so sooner than later, as you can descend into the depths of the Dungeon of Doom and complete your quest. Steal the Amulet of Yendor from the fearsome dragon and make it out alive. Unexplored is the roguelike that feels like a roguelike. An accessible yet challenging action RPG that has won praise for its revolutionary level generation tech. You can explore dangerous dungeons, forge magical items, solve mysterious puzzles, and battle hundreds of foes. Unexplored, the Unlocked Edition includes the main game and its 3 DLC packs, the Mithril Run, Ripley Run, and the Dark Ritual. Challenging generated puzzles await on every new run, and there are 7 distinctive character classes to unlock and master, along with a really cool adaptive original soundtrack that really enhances everything that is going on here in Unexplored, the Unlocked Edition. BlobCat is 15% off, normally $9.99, on sale for $8.49, and you do get 43 Nintendo eShop coins. In BlobCat, it's your job to protect the dice mice. Place arrows and guide the dice mice to the mice hole, but be aware, the naive blobcats are rolling around not quite at the speed of sound. You need to solve over 90 different levels spanning over 5 worlds, each with a unique gameplay twist. You want more action? Then the multiplayer is definitely going to be for you, where up to 4 players try to save as many dice mice as possible. You'll need to outsmart your opponents and send the blobcats straight to your enemies. You can play with your friends on the couch or online and battle the whole world. You can even do both. There are over 100 different puzzles that take place on 6 different worlds, local and online multiplayer. There's a ton of stickers, nearly 100, actually over 100 that you can collect. You can dress your own mice, and this does have cross-play support. It is 1 to 4 player locally, 2 to 4 player online, and it is compatible with not just the Joy-Cons, the Pro Controller as well. This is BlobCat. The Amazing Shinsengumi Heroes in Love is $11.99, and you also get 60 Nintendo eShop coins in this game that reminds me of Tweak and Craig. A romance game for women where you fall in love with members of the famed Shinsengumi. The Amazing Shinsengumi Heroes in Love is set in 1864 at the end of the Edo period. A group of men bravely took action to extinguish a burning house. Those men were part of a group called the Shinsengumi. In order to protect the city of Kyoto, they would rush to any place that needed them. The curtain rises on the crusade of the members of the Shinsengumi, whose hearts burn as passionately as the flames they fight. Craig and Tweak, all I'm going to say. $11.99 for the Amazing Shinsengumi. SubaraCity, this is $5, comes out on the 9th. SubaraCity on the Nintendo Switch offers a new twist for puzzle game fans, combining careful planning with relaxing gameplay. You're not just matching blocks, but you're city building at the same time. On the Switch, the game can be played on the TV with the controller, or you can even play in portable mode and use touch controls. The buildings on the blocks can be combined into larger and special buildings. It's a simple rule, but there are hidden complexities, and as the years pass, each move plays an important role. Your decisions will decide the city's future. Develop your city step by step to make a SubaraCity. SubaraCity is one of those really kind of cool games that reminds me of a combination of SimCity with like a Bejeweled, where you have to have that 4-piece matching to clear a block. But then you can also build and expand your city as well. For $5, if you're into those type of games, definitely something you want to check out. Now, this is Minit from Devolver Digital. This is $9.99 and comes out on the 9th. Minit is a peculiar little adventure played 60 seconds at a time. You get to journey outside the comfort of your home to help unusual folk uncover countless secrets and overcome dangerous foes, all in the hopes of lifting a rather unfortunate curse that ends each day just after 1 minute. Minit is a collaboration between Kitty Callis, Jan Wilhelm Ninjman, Kiko Kallio, and Dominic Johan. This is a one-player game, and it is $9.99. Megaton Rainfall, this is $15.99, also comes out on the 9th. Megaton Rainfall is a first-person superhero game. A global alien invasion is taking place, and you need to face it alone. Chase massive destruction devices at supersonic speeds around an Earth that's as large as the real thing and populated with semi-procedurally generated cities. Then finish off the alien devices with your lethal energy blast. Just be careful to avoid human casualties. You're so powerful, you'll leave a trail of collapsed buildings if you miss your targets. Feel unprecedented freedom of movement as you fly through buildings, break the sound barrier, and accelerate to extraordinary speeds. Then you'll rise above the atmosphere, circumnavigate the Earth in seconds, and get ready for your next battle. Megaton Rainfall is the ultimate superhero experience. One thing's of note, when I tried to play the video here, I kept getting errors coming through the eShop, which was interesting. But $15.99 comes out on the 9th. Shut Eye, this is $3.99, also comes out on the 9th. You'll play as a young child who is away from her parents. The girl has suffered from anxiety most of her life, which led to the confusion and exuberant imagination. When the lights go out and the moon comes out, that's when the story truly begins. You need to keep her safe and awake. Things at the night may take an unexpected turn. These toys are out to play, and the question is, are they real? Or is this just the child's imagination? This is a one-player game where your goal is to keep the main character calm, keep her safe, and keep her in the light. Tetras Escape, this is $4.99. This comes out on the 10th now. As you may have assumed by the name, Tetras Escape is basically based on the game Tetris. Via the means of shape-shifting, Tetras can turn into different tetraminos and use them to fill holes and master puzzles in an attempt to reach the porthole on the other side of the level. But don't just go expecting a linear adventure, as sometimes crafting a staircase to the heavens is the only way to make it to the end. So if you dare to dream big and go block mad, you might just have what it takes to bring all the Tetras back home. There's over 7 hours worth of content here, which includes 64 levels to beat. There's an increasing difficulty level. There's a conventional 3-star system with bonus trophies, explanatory images to walk you through Tetras abilities, which includes block jumps, rotations, mirror effects, and transformations. There's bombs for undoing transformations, and a whole lot more. There's even an original soundtrack by Levi Bond. If you like Tetris, this is probably one of the most unique takes on Tetris I've seen in a long time. For $4.99 for Tetras Escape, might not be worth a, or might definitely be worth a consideration. Finally, this week we have Nightmares from the Deep 2: The Siren's Call. It is $14.99 and comes out on the 10th. When Sarah Black, curator of the Caribbean Naval Museum, receives a package from a mysterious messenger, she is unwittingly drawn into an ancient conflict. Inside the package, you'll find an artifact, and instantly, assailants descend on the museum to rob her. The artifact is stolen. Sarah lowers her head in disbelief as she realizes that again, she is falling headfirst into a nightmare from the deep. Next, Sarah finds herself on the shores of Kingsmouth, a forgotten fishing town which holds an incredible secret. A would-be messenger reveals the sad truth that he and the rest of the town's citizens are suffering from a curse that is gradually turning them into ghoulish, mutated creatures. A curse that was cast by none other than the mayor, Murray, and the old sea devil himself, Davy Jones. This is a one-player puzzle adventure game for $14.99. Comes out on the 10th. Now, coming next week, we'll have 2064, Cosmic Star Heroine, State of Mind, Red's Kingdom, Castle Storm. There's a lot of different things coming out next week, too. This week, kind of a mail week again, 2 back-to-back. I know there are going to be a bunch of people that are excited for this Dragon Ball FighterZ. Not a Dragon Ball fan myself. So not something for me. Okami HD, I never played the original, so I might pick that one up. Overcooked II, again, if you like the first one, this is probably more of the same. But overall, nothing really that jumps out at me that I have to buy. Let me know what you think, though, too. These are just my opinions. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. You can also go ahead and email me if you have any questions or any suggestions about anything that we have here on Switch It Up at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. You can also message me over at Twitter at RockSolidStudios or on Facebook. The conversation is always going at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions. I do want to thank everybody too who I ran into recently at the Missouri Gamescom. We'll be doing our coverage of that event. Everything is shot. I just need to do the editing. So make sure that you stay subscribed to the channel. Hit that subscribe button so that way you are kept in the know with each and everything we do have coming on. We've got some really cool things going, along with the fact we are on our drive to 5,000 subscribers. We've already passed 3, duh. And if you haven't done so, make sure you enter our giveaway sweepstakes where you can enter for a chance to win an NES Classic Edition. I'll have the information down below, but basically if you subscribe to the channel, you're eligible, or if you live in the lower 48 states, just go ahead. Again, I'll have all the information down below in a pinned post. The way you can get the most entries into this contest, go visit my friend Gerardo Gonzalez. His daughter Camilla is battling cancer right now. If you visit their GoFundMe page at gofundme.com/Camilla-Gonzalez, you actually get 10 entries through the Gleam app and everything that we have going here. So that is another way that you can really go ahead and get the most entries to try to win one of these bad boys here. And then, again, if you do want to help support the channel, we've got a couple different ways you can do so. Head on over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/rocksolid. For just $1 a month, you can help keep things going. You get early access to all of our video content and a whole lot more. You can also pick up a Rock Solid Productions t-shirt over at our Teespring store on screen now, where you can check out the link. And you will, again, want to make sure that you stay subscribed to the channel because we have a lot of cool stuff coming up, including what's in this box. We have, well, we're going to do a review of the Nico thin case, Nico. I always pronounce it wrong, I know that, for the Nintendo Switch. And while I was out at the Missouri Game Con, I got a couple interesting items here. First is the limited edition of Holy Diver for the NES. And I know I'm weird, this is actually the one I'm more excited about for. This is R-Type 3 and Super R-Type, the Collector's Edition. And the cool thing about both of these, if you pre-ordered them, the first 1,000 pieces through CastleManiaGames.com, there's an exclusive edition, a color variant of these games that are only available to the first 1,000 who pre-ordered. Ryan still has copies of Super R-Type and R-Type 3, the Collector's Edition, available. Head on over to CastleManiaGames.com to pre-order these now. These should be available by the end of August. And the cool thing, because they're over $20, if you live in the US, you get free shipping and handling. That's pretty cool too. So a lot of really neat things coming to the channel in the not too distant future. Again, that's why I say make sure you subscribe. This has been this week's episode of Switch It Up. My name is Gary. I am pooped from going to the Missouri Game Con. Look for our footage and our coverage very soon on that. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you real soon.